कहाँ दिखता है?
Okay, I think we are live. Hello, everyone. We'll just give a couple of minutes for everyone to join. All right. So, hello again, and welcome to the sixth of the series of live conversations that I've been doing since the past few months. And today I am interacting with Richa Salunkhe, who is a certified health and fitness coach. And we will be discussing health and fitness, which is more important now than ever. So, Richa, so I requested Richa if she would be willing to do this, and she gladly agreed. So thank you so much, Richa, for doing this.
My pleasure.
And let's hear more about her in her own words. So Richa, tell us more about you, and how did, I know you're an engineer, so how did you end up being a health coach?
Sure. First of all, thank you, Hetal, for this session. I think it's one, it's fun, and two, I think it's never tiring to talk about health and fitness. Personally, for me, because my journey has been through a lot of ups and downs on the health side. Like I've been through so many cycles of being overweight, going down, that it's taught me a lot. And I think that's what initiated me to quit engineering and get into this health and fitness line, and also help people with this. So the objective has been, I've learned over the years that it's not as black and white, that yeah, if you eat this food you lose weight, if you do this exercise you lose weight. There's so much to learn, so much to understand about your own body. And that's when I thought, how many people really know about all of this, and how many people know the variety that you could bring in and make workouts fun, make nutrition fun. So then I started getting myself certified, and then I got this company registered under the name FitAmp. And that's been the goal, to bring fitness to people, to make it easy, and to make it easily accessible as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that all of us are working from home, हम लोग सब लोग अभी घर से काम कर रहे हैं. So how, one question that pops up in everyone's mind is, how do you keep yourself fit? Because हम जिम नहीं जा सकते हम लोग, और घर पे वर्कआउट करने को थोड़ा बोर होता है, to be honest.
Right.
So how are you keeping yourself fit, and how are you keeping yourself, or in your family, how are you, making sure that they are
Right.
fit and healthy? So what are some of your tips on that?
Right. So actually, I've been doing much better than I was before the lockdown. So I don't know, some people, and I think some people are actually doing better too. I think it's different kinds of personalities. Some people are now using this whole opportunity to say that, oh, now we have more time. The time that I was spending in commuting to work or to some some place, whether it was groceries, everything has now reduced. Right, you're not commuting as much. They're using that time and putting it to good use by getting in a workout. And there's some people who have had issues with being motivated. They've become lazier maybe, or just taking it lighter, easier. And being with kids probably kind of stresses you out more, and maybe work hours are longer than before. So I know that there's both kinds of personalities, but I think the one tip that always comes to my mind is, and I'm going to be saying this a lot in this session, because every time I talk to people, this is what I say. I think it's discipline over motivation. I know being motivated is one thing, but that is easier because there's so many resources available at our fingertips. Like there's YouTube videos, there's apps, there's friends, and you could do driveway workouts. There's a lot of ways to be motivated, but there's not so much ways to be disciplined. It's all in your head. You have to put a schedule down. Maybe if you sit down on a Saturday or Sunday, look at how that coming week is looking like. What are the days that are going to be bad? Then don't try to squeeze an exercise on those days and stress yourself out even more and set yourself up for failure. Rather, find the days. It could be 3 days in the week. Find those days which seem like I can easily get in a 30-minute workout on those days, and put those days down. Mark it in your calendars, whether it's your personal calendars, even if you're a homemaker, or whether if it's, and if you're working, put it on your work calendars, whatever, but put it down and commit yourself to it. I don't see anything that can help you succeed other than discipline, really.
Okay. And is it necessary that हमको हफ्ते में 7 दिन वर्कआउट करना है? What
नो
what do you
नॉट रियली, पहले तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं. आई सजेस्ट कि पहले जो फर्स्ट 1 month or 2 months ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू अ रूटीन है, उसमें फोकस शुड बी टू जस्ट पुश योर सेल्फ टू गेट इट डन. लाइक आई सेड, लाइक द डिसिप्लिन आने के लिए, जैसे जस्ट लाइक योर अदर चोर्स इन लाइफ की, इवन इवन पढ़ाई, जैसे पढ़ाई करनी है तो व्हाट डू यू स्टार्ट विथ वन चैप्टर. ऐसा नहीं कि पूरा बुक यू फिनिश ऑफ, राइट? सो स्टार्ट ऑफ लाइक दैट, स्टार्ट स्लो, कि नहीं ये हफ्ते 3 दिन करना है और वॉक से ही चालू करना है. एंड इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू स्टार्ट लाइट एज वेल. कभी कभी क्या करते हैं लोग, ओवरवेलम होके यू लुक एट दीज ऑसम वीडियोस एंड यू लाइक आई एम गोइंग टू डू दिस, एंड यू स्टार्ट 2 days you're sore and then you stop completely. इससे अच्छा, what can keep you consistent, what can make you disciplined, what can make you enjoy the event. Like I always say, start off with some Bollywood dance workouts. गानों से the mood immediately is, you know, uplifted and you feel like कि डांस ही तो करना है, चलो कर लेंगे. And मस्ती में you would have burned at least 100 calories, which is good. So start like that, start 3 days a week. After 2-3 weeks, make it 4 days, and then over. Usually they say it's by the 6 week mark where you kind of set a habit. Just they say 30 days लगता है to make a habit permanent. Same way with exercise as well. It's the 30-day, 45-day mark. By then you figured out ki these are few activities that I enjoy and these are the number of days I enjoy. So start that. I think it's more important ki consistency pe dhyan de as opposed to overdoing it in the beginning.
And what types of exercise one should do? So, जैसे I like doing yoga, so can I do yoga every day? And I like walking, so can I walk every day, or do I have to, try different types of exercises and split it in 4 or 5 days of workouts?
So going back to what I said in my introduction, the reason I tried different things is my goals changed over time. So pehle, the first 8 kgs that I lost in my from my overweight days was by just walking. After I lost those 8 kgs, I'm like, oh wow, I lost some weight. Now I feel like doing Zumba. Then I went into Zumba. And then after that, it was like I'm just losing weight and becoming really thin. But I was like, I want a lean look. Like I want to look muscular. I want not muscular, but lean and toned. Then I went into weightlifting and strengthening. So I'm saying with time your goals will change. So if you are at a complete beginner stage and you just want to start with something you absolutely enjoy. Yoga is great, walking is great, swimming, cycling is great, something recreational. Sports for men, for women as well, but I'm saying men prefer ki they take the whole exercise pressure off their head and just play a sport. That's fine. So whatever you enjoy doing, start with that, and you will see, as you see some result. It need not be a physical result, it need not be a result in terms of numbers, but a result in your head also, where you're like, hey, I've gained some stamina by just walking. Maybe I want to take this next step of jogging or running. I want to sign up for a 5K or 8K. So ऐसे goals will come in, and you want to drive yourself towards goals. ऐसा नहीं कि walk कर लिया 4 महीने से walk ही कर रहे हैं, but not taking it to the next level. It should come in, it should kick in कि नहीं, I think I'm ready for the next level. You have to keep challenging yourself. But both are great forms of exercise.
Okay. What do you do? Like personally, what do you prefer? How do you design your week?
It's kind of funny if you ask me that, because I'm all over the place. Like I do like there's months where I'm doing a lot of yoga, and then there's months where I'm doing a lot of running. But like I said, I'm at a stage where I've stopped worrying about numbers and how I look. It's about how I feel when I do a workout. Like I've for the past 6 weeks I've been doing CrossFit. Like I've just wanted to lift really heavy and work on building muscle and burning fat. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what, this is summer and this is the best time I can go out and run. So then I'm continuously focusing, like 3 or 4 days in a week, I'm focusing on running. So it's all over, but like I totally enjoy. I think personally for me, I enjoy workouts. So I think any form is fun. So sometimes I'm just cycling for like 3 or 4 days in the week. So it's very different. But if you want to ask, like if your question is leading to something like what is ideal, then it would be even if you're a beginner, maybe say in a month or two into being into fitness, it would be 3 to 5 days of cardio, which is something like walking, dancing, cycling, swimming, those forms that gets your heart rate up. 2 to 3 days of strength training, which is lifting weights or body weight as well, like squats, lunges, push-ups, those things. And 1 day of like dedicated yoga. And if you are a yoga person, if you can do this every day, 15-20 minutes, like yoga every day, 15-20 minutes, that's awesome. But if you can't, then at least dedicate 1 day completely for yoga. That you need that for your mental relaxation as well as for your body, because it'll just be sore by doing only cardio and strength and everything. So you need that stretching.
Right. So could you elaborate on what is cardio and what kinds of exercise are covered in that?
Sure. So, like I said, anything that gets your heart rate up, even in that, there's zones of heart rate. Like if you do 40 to 60% of your max heart rate, then you're in the fat loss, fat burning zone. If you do higher than that, you're in the high intensity interval training zone. So, all of that is great. But again, when you start out comfortable. Start with walking, see if you can take that to jogging. Just keep challenging yourself. But cardio is completely related to heart health, and it is very important for your cholesterol levels, for your good heart health, those kind of things. So like I said, walking, swimming, cycling, games, your badminton, tennis, any sport, soccer, all of that is great for cardio. And what else? So like it's a little more required than the other forms of exercise. So it says 3 to 5 days a week for 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
Each session should last that long.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So my next question is for the working moms,
Okay.
because जिनके बच्चे हैं, they find it really hard कि
Right.
time कैसे निकाले. So what are some of your tips on that?
So going back to one of the tips that I mentioned earlier is making that time. First of all, I think I don't want to say ki, sorry, there's some alarm ringing here. So I don't want to say uh, anyone is busier than anybody else. I personally believe that everybody is busy. Everybody has different priorities, different things going on. I mean, like people could be busier at work. No, not all people are doing just 8 hours work. And then same way, moms ka to matlab it's never ending. I'm one stay-at-home mom, and I know that I struggle personally finding that time. But I see, okay, if there's a 7 to 8 morning time frame where my husband doesn't have a work meeting, so if my kids wake up, he's able to handle them, then I'll get it done on at a 7 to 8 a.m. And if there's an evening where I know, okay, and I know that I'm not going to wake up early in the morning on that particular day, I know there's an evening slot, then I'll squeeze it in the evening. So like I said, it comes down to planning a little bit. And second, it's also taking the guilt out. I mean, like I know so many moms and working moms both, taking time for yourself seems like a big crime for some reason. Like it seems like, first let me get the meals ready, first let me get the kids ready, first let me get this done, that done. Stop all of that, pause it, get your workout done. You'll get more energy to get everything else done. Maybe 1 or 2 days you'll feel like you're failing on the other fronts, but with time you'll see that you're able to just get much better at it. So
Mm-hmm.
guilt free, take the time out, take it out like 20 minutes in the beginning, maybe just 20 minutes to do 20 surya namaskars, that's fine. But take it out, do it, and then see how it goes.
Okay. So at this point, I would like to tell our viewers that if you have any questions, then you can type it in the comments, and Richa will be glad to answer your questions if you have any. And moving forward, okay, coming to diet, like
Mhm.
favorite topic.
Yes.
What according to you is a balanced diet? Like what should one have during the day?
Okay. So it's a very broad topic. It's very difficult to answer that within a certain time limit or within a few lines. But I'm going to say that it's very important. It's very important um, to work on that, to have everything else successful. But to just start with, I would say sugars are bad, white flour is bad, fried stuff is bad. I mean, this is like the use of Coke, soda, I mean, everything that
Yeah.
falls under sugar, your refined sugar, your processed food, your junk, all of that. And this, I think, is common sense now. By now, everyone
Hmm.
knows. Maybe 10 years ago, it wasn't, but now we all know that.
Right.
So, how can you keep that out? Is keep that out of your house. Really, I mean, I personally being in this field and even working out, if I see a samosa, it is tempting. It is tempting. I mean, I'm not God, that I can look at samosa and be like, I can't. I can, and on some days, but I'm saying it's going to be harder. So keep it out of your pantry. Just stop buying that kind of stuff, or keep a certain day, like Friday night or Saturday. I'm going to binge on this, but not on other days. So if it's hard for you to condition yourself, and if you're not that disciplined, then just keep it out of your house. That's the first thing. But to balance over the day, ghar ka khana, number one. Number two, time se khana. I think sometimes with work and what is happening is we've forgotten the rhythm of life, which is your morning breakfast, your lunch time. There is a reason there was a time decided for all of it. But if you can't also, it's okay. Don't stress over it. Whatever time works for you. But ghar ka khana, baith ke, aaram se. And then there's a lot of stuff about, and I'm still very bad at that, not having your phone when eating, focusing on your food. It's important, but I know it's going to take us longer to get there. And balance karna hai to, if I have to talk in terms of macros, getting a little technical, make sure you have your carb heavy, not carb heavy, but a mix of carb and protein in breakfast. So usually the egg and toast, or if you want to go vegetarian, the chilas, the parathas, that kind of stuff, upma, poha, whatever. But really portion control, not like the way our mothers would serve us the 3 or 4 parathas or 4 idlis and 2 3 dosas, not like that, but like say 2 idlis, maybe 1 paratha, that kind of stuff for breakfast. A balance, or maybe slightly heavier in the carb for lunch, which would be roti, sabzi, dal, chawal. If you're South Indian, then your chawal, sambar, whatever, and the side dishes. And then dinner, make sure that you go low on carb. So it can be stir fried veggies, can be salads, soups, maybe just a side of a protein like some tofu stir fry for vegetarians, some chicken grilled or fish grilled for the meat eaters. So that's like a sample overview.
Okay. And what is your take on dieting? Okay, I have many questions popping up, but what is your take on dieting? Do you think if one wants to lose weight, he or she should do keto or intermittent or the
Right.
Dikshit diet, which a
Right.
lot of people are following? So, what is your take on that?
So really all of them have their benefits. So I won't say any one is better than the other. And like I said in the beginning with my introduction, that I've been yo-yoing myself and finding out, it's such a learning process. You cannot say Hetal can do intermittent, Richa can do keto. It's not defined. Hello?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I lost you for a bit. Okay. So I was saying that it's not somebody can do a keto or intermittent. It's not defined that easily. You have to experiment to see what you like, number one, and what your body's taking to. For vegetarians, it may be hard to just survive on cauliflower and paneer and do a keto. I mean, how long can you do that? I'm sure there are many recipes, but it's still going to be hard because there's limited options. Same way for someone who's a breakfast person, like I used to be that person. Like I had to wake up, get ready with my morning chores and come down and have my breakfast ready. So maybe for that person, intermittent is hard. I mean, who knows? It's about experimenting around your lifestyle and finding out. All the diets have their benefits and all of them are important, I feel, because if you want to lose weight, you have to figure something out for yourself. So I just want to correct the word dieting. It shouldn't be used in a context where it's like, I've seen this happen in India many times. Abhi koi salad kha raha hai to log aake bolte, oh, dieting chal raha hai. That's not true. I mean, dieting is not kam khana.
Something that
Dieting,
is chal raha hai. Yeah.
yes, हाँ, dieting is eating. Even अभी भी मैं diet पे हूँ, तुम भी diet पे हो, सब लोग diet पे ही हैं. What you eat
Yeah.
is diet. So just be sure to use that word right. कि this is my diet now. कि I've upped my vegetables, I've upped my whole grains. Don't say कि मैं dieting कर रहा हूँ तो मैं ये खा नहीं सकता. That becomes restrictive eating. So that clear definition needs to be there.
Make that your lifestyle, right?
Correct. You're changing your lifestyle, so you're changing the kind of food you're eating. So that word needs to be used very correctly. So people don't think, अरे उसका तो dieting चल रहा है, उसको मत बुलाओ, वो नहीं खा सकता. No, that's not true. वो ये नहीं खा सकता. That's the only thing, right?
So we have a question from Niyati. Hi Niyati. Any tips on iron-rich foods and how to get more calcium in the body? So on that line, could you after answering this
Right.
question, could you also talk about like what are some of the foods like that are rich in carbs and protein? Like
Right.
what are some of the foods that one should eat to get that balance?
Sure. So answering the question on iron, I think spinach, raisins, and I'm not very good at naming foods directly. I still refer my books to see what exactly, so I can always get back. But from the top of my head, there's iron like spinach and raisins, and also regarding supplements and that kind of stuff, it's important to take them when you are deficient in something. Like, so I take protein supplement because I can't get, again, let me correct it, if I'm on a bodybuilding program, lean that's why I was saying I've joined the CrossFit program, so I want to build muscle and lean muscle. So now I have to really up my protein, and through my vegetarian diet I'm not going to get it, so I'm supplementing with protein. Same thing goes with iron or calcium or anything. If you know from your medical results that you're deficient in it, if you see symptoms and if you've told your healthcare practitioner and they suggest that you need iron supplements, then go for it. Otherwise, if you go with the basic fruit serving, 1 or 2 fruit servings in the day, 3 to 5 vegetable servings, whole grain servings, you're taking your fruits, nuts and seeds regularly in your diet, you technically should get all your minerals, vitamins, and your macros, like your protein, carb, everything from your food. And that is the ideal, or the finish line, let's say. That's the finish line. That's where you want to get to, कि plate के खाने में सब मिल रहा है, there is no pill to take in. And there's still some things that might lack, like vegetarians go, there's some vitamin deficiencies here and there, but it's important to get a healthcare analyze that and tell you that. Personally, I don't feel low on mood, I don't feel pains anywhere, I don't feel like I get any ulcers or anything, so I feel like I'm fine on my vitamins, so I don't take multivitamins.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And same way, that's what I was saying about protein supplements. Only if you're on a program temporarily, yeah, take help of supplements, get to where you need to, and then supplement it. The supplement should stop, and it should all come from diet.
Okay. Okay. So when you were talking about vegetables, another question that came to my mind was you regularly post on your Instagram and Facebook on how you wash your vegetables. So आजकल के vegetables में बहुत pesticides and all होते हैं. So and if you're not buying organic, so how do you wash your vegetables? That is also one tip that I found very useful.
True. Yes. So I have a essential oils vegetable soak that I use. I think it's infused with some thieves essential oil and lemon, I guess, which is very good. You just kind of put a cap of it in a 2-gallon container of water, and then let your veggies soak in it for 20-30 seconds, or I mean, I think a couple minutes, and then rinse them off in cold water, and I let them air dry, like, and then put them in my vegetable containers. If you don't have these kind of oils or don't want to invest on it, that's fine. You can just use white vinegar in water and do the same thing. So washing vegetables is important, but for me, what happened was COVID hit, but before that, I was getting into all of this excess of vegetables in my diet. So bringing them in, keeping them, giving them that longer shelf life, refrigerator life was important. So that's why I wanted to get everything, wash it well, dry it off, not just bring it and put them in those bags and throw them in the refrigerator like you know, bring them from the grocery store. So that's when I started doing this. It was very helpful to follow during COVID as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps plan, like, these are the veggies I have in my refrigerator, and they're in the open when you open the refrigerator, so you know, okay, now I need to use this next.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
One more question is because I wake up and I immediately start working. I don't really have the time to eat my
Right.
breakfast. So I just say, okay, I'm on a Dikshit diet. I'm just gonna eat 2 times a day, only my
Right.
lunch and breakfast. So is that really healthy? Am I, you know, do you think breakfast is really important?
If you're not doing it in a structured way, it's not healthy. If you're doing it with a plan and with a structure, then it's healthy, if you know what I mean. Like, if you wake up late and be like, nahi khana hai because, you know, I'm lazy or I'm late, then it's not going to be healthy. But if you have that as a plan and you know what you're going to eat when you're hungry, then it's healthy. So going back to what all people have been telling us over the years, nahi utte hi breakfast karo, for the longest time our parents were forcing us to do that. I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong, but if we had, like, if you know Rujuta, like the very
Direct work, yeah.
celebrity nutritionist, she's, you know, very heavy on following traditional methods and sticking to what our grandmothers were doing.
Yes.
The one key point that I want to add to her, to a lot of things that she says is, then also make your lifestyle as traditional as possible. Are we doing farming? Are we walking to school like 5-6 kilometers like our grandparents or parents did? No. So then in that case, we can go little less on calories because we are sedentary for the most part. So by going less calories, then you can skip breakfast or you can go really light on dinners, that kind of stuff. So it's just adjusting the meals to your lifestyle. So breakfast isn't anymore like the meal that people say it sets you up for the day, you have to have it. No, not necessary. If you are the kind of person who can go without breakfast, that's fine, but make sure you have a plan, what you're going to have at 11 a.m., what you're going to have at noon, what you're going to do for dinner, all of that.
Okay. So another question, do you have any tips on how do you take care of your hair? Like what are some of the foods that one should eat just
Okay,
say your hair fall is reduced and you have
right.
good
Right. So, the balanced diet that we spoke of, if you're getting your fruit servings, whole grains, vegetables, I think everything is taken care of, like, right from your nails to your skin to your hair and water. We kind of forget that it doesn't fall under the macronutrient or the micronutrient, but it's so important. And sometimes for most people, I've noticed that water is the biggest issue. So every time in my nutrition program, I start the first entire week is focusing on water, at what times of the day you're having water, because sometimes we come back from work, we assume one, it's a change in the head that work se ghar aaya hai, so that emotional change is there. And second, it's not hunger really, sometimes it's just thirst. In most times of the day, like the 10 a.m 11 a.m time frame, the 2 to 3 p.m, when you crave that chai and the snack, and the 5 6 p.m, and then after dinner, these are times when you really have to have water. So I think that water and all of these other micro, basically your vitamins and minerals, which mainly come from vegetables and fruits, your hair, skin, and nails will be taken care of. Specifically, I cannot name fruits and vegetables. Nothing comes to my mind like that when you ask me. But I can just say that try to get a variety that, the rainbow colors that they say. So make
yeah.
sure it's not vegetables, may you're only eating the greens. You have to have greens, you have to have your purple vegetables, your red bell peppers, make sure you get the red, orange, yellow, so the whole colorful variety, because everything has different minerals in it and different vitamins in it.
Mhm.
So make sure you get that whole
Mhm.
balance.
So while you're talking about the balanced diet, like some people say okay मैंने सिर्फ rice खाया but वो इतना सारा rice खाना is also not good, so how do you kind of make that balance in a plate, like how much carbs should you have, how much protein should you have?
Right. Do
I
you
think
have
you've already talked about it a little bit.
yeah, sure. Do you have a picture of from that presentation, Hetal, that I shared with you?
Yeah.
I think there's a few meals.
Mm-hmm. You tell me which one, okay?
I will have to open up a slide here.
I okay. Let me share my. Sorry, let me share
Yeah.
my. I can share my screen. Mhm. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes. So if you go down a little bit, there's pictures of food.
Just a second.
Oh, your screen sharing stopped again.
Yeah, yeah. I'll show. There's pictures of food. Okay, this one.
Yes. So if you can see, the pictures are not too clear, but
Uh,
if you can see, there's a little bit of rice in the first one in the plate. If you see, there's a little bit of vegetable pulao like rice, and then there's matki usar, which is sprouted moth beans, red beans, and then there's a little bit of paneer on the side. So that moth beans and paneer takes care of my protein, and paneer is also by fat, although it's not the healthiest version of fat, but that day I had paneer at home, and I have a few veggies in the pulao, plus it's my carb source. Same way, if you look down in the other second picture, there's again peas rice with chole, cucumber, avocado, tomato. It's not a cooked salad, but it's cooked chole with onion, tomato, cucumber, cilantro, lemon, avocado. So that takes care of my fiber and protein, and my vegetables. And that's Greek yogurt, buttermilk in that glass there. So that takes care of my protein again. So these are some ways to make it work in an Indian diet, because I've made and cooked pulao for everybody in the house. I'm not going to make a separate meal for myself, especially in lunch. This is what I would do: is just take a portion of it. The steel bowl that you see in the second picture with the chana salad is what I would do to fill my rice as well. So usi mein
mhm.
rice low, put it in your plate, then fill it up with your salad, and then a glass of chas. Chas is good, I think, even if you're doing the regular yogurt one, also it's good. But if you can do Greek yogurt, it's more protein. So this is ways of balancing it. Make sure you use katoris, not the big giant mugs of US or the big bowls. They are really big portions, but
Mhm.
the small katoris that you get in India are great. And another good way is jo bhi lunch ka dabba you used to pack before for work, or jo bhi thali you make, you used to make for before, have half of that. Stop there, drink water, save that half for dinner and see. So first 1 week it's about playing around and seeing ki, if I ate that much in lunch and then that much in dinner, I'm surviving fine. Why was I doing double the activity? So just kind of play around with that.
Right. Okay. So another question that pops up in my mind is a good diet for vegans, because you know that I am trying to be vegan. And so do you think कि मेरे diet में milk and paneer and everything is important? If not, then what are the substitutes?
You don't need milk or dairy products at all. I know many people doing vegan, many people going doing bodybuilding competitions being vegan. So it is
Mm-hmm.
completely possible, but it's more hard work. I think as it is being vegetarian, finding your right protein sources, making sure you're not deficient in your vitamin B's and all of that is quite hard work. For vegan, you have to work harder. So one suggestion is not by any means saying don't go vegan, but if you're a beginner, if you're going to jump into the vegan, make sure you get enough help from a vegan health coach, vegan dietitian or nutritionist. And I think in Columbus, at least, we have the Live Well Center. They have vegan programs, because you need to know soy can increase your inflammation. You have to be very careful
Yeah.
about how much soy you take. It can make some people's gut very irritated also. So cannot completely just kind of stop all your dairy and protein sources and just go completely only on soy. So soy and some beans and legumes also have the tendency of
Yeah.
irritating some people's gut,
Right.
bloating issues. So you have to be very careful about the quantities you have it. And then there's some expensive stuff like tempeh hai, tofu hai.
Yeah.
Is I think there's some more Asian stuff. I can't get their names right, but there's a lot of options, mock meat options, like but you have to be careful how it impacts your body, and you have to start slow. But vegan is definitely a good way to go in the future, I guess. For me, it's a long way.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying, but it's very hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I can't stop ghee and cheese.
True, true. For me, I think ghee is my weak point as well.
Yeah.
But it's great
Uh,
if you can get there. It's great. I mean, I think
yeah.
it's a great place to be at.
All right. If our viewers have any questions, we can take the questions. Um, all right. It looks like we are good. Thank you so much, Richa. This was
Thank
wonderful. And
you.
I've been trying to catch hold of you since a long time. So thank you so much. And I wanted to, because you know that I'm talking to people from different fields, and this is
Right.
one topic that I wanted to cover since a long
True.
time.
True.
So thank you so much. This was
Thank
really
you.
helpful. And
Yes.
if you guys have any questions, please reach out to Richa. She
Yes.
is amazing. Follow her page on Instagram, which goes by Fit Amp Richa, and you will get some amazing content.
Thank you. Thank you, Hetal. Good.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.